everyone, I'm happy to be here with you today. I am Vasanthi Nitsingam from SMJK Chanwa 2, Seremban. Today we are going to learn about patterns and sequences. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to make generalization about the pattern of a sequence using numbers, words, and algebraic expressions. Determine specific terms of a sequence. Solve problems involving sequences. In your daily life, you would have come across patterns of various sets of numbers and objects. The Fibonacci numbers began with a question posed by an Italian mathematician. The question posed was that if a pair of female and male rabbits were placed in an enclosed space, how many pairs of rabbits will be reproduced in a year? If every pair of rabbits reproduces a new pair every month, then the increase in the population of the rabbits will produce a number sequence as follows: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. These numbers are known as Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci numbers are arranged by adding the number before it. For example, the pairs of rabbits are 1 plus 1. Then the population of the rabbits becomes 2. Consequently, by adding the preceding number 1 and 2, the population of the rabbits becomes 3 and so forth. When you were in primary school, you learned about even numbers and odd numbers. Can you recall what even numbers and odd numbers are? Even and odd numbers are examples of patterns and sequences. Can you list even numbers and odd numbers below 10? Boys and girls, even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. Even numbers below 10 are 2, 4, 6, and 8. Odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by 2. Any integer that cannot be divided exactly by 2 is an odd number. Odd numbers are the numbers that cannot be divided by 2 evenly. It cannot be divided into 2 separate integers evenly. If we divide an odd number by 2, then it will leave a remainder. Odd numbers are whole numbers that cannot be divided exactly into pairs. Odd numbers, when divided by 2, leave a remainder of 1. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Could you recall this? Excellent! Boys and girls, let us now look at the definition of patterns. Patterns are a list of numbers or objects arranged based on a rule. A pattern in a list of numbers is obtained from addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division of the previous numbers. Whereas patterns in objects are obtained by observing the arrangements of the previous objects. Boys and girls, let's look at the following examples. The number sequence 3, 5, 8, 13, 21 is part of the Fibonacci sequence we have seen previously. After 3 and 5, all the rest are the sum of the two numbers before. That is, 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13 and the sequence continues accordingly. 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89. So, the rule of this sequence is the sum of the preceding two numbers. In other sequences, such as the following, the rule may explain each individual term separately. Each number in the sequence 1, 3, 6, 10, 15 and so on gives the number of dots in a growing pattern as shown. There is a systematic rule to this pattern. Let's now look at another growing patterns. This growing pattern gives the sequence of square numbers which is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on. There is also a systematic rule to this pattern which is 1 to the power of 2 is 1, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 3 to the power of 2 is 9. Algebraically, each term can be represented as n squared. Boys and girls, let us look at the first example. Yes, the rule is to add 6 to the previous number. Now, let us look at another question. Can you determine the rule for the following sequence? The rule is to subtract 8 from the previous number. Boys and girls, let us now look at Pascal's triangle. From the triangle, various number series and certain patterns can be observed. Can you list down a few? The diagram shows a Pascal's triangle. Based on the triangle, the numbers in the row can be determined by adding the numbers in the previous row. The Pascal's triangle starts with number 1. The next row is 1, 1. All the rows start and end with 1. The other numbers can be obtained by adding the two numbers above. The number 2 in row 3 is found by adding the two numbers 1 in row 2. Likewise, the number 3 on the fourth row is found by adding the number 1 and 2 from the previous row. Number 6 is found by adding the two numbers 3 from the previous row. Now, boys and girls, let us look at Fibonacci numbers. Starts with 0, 1, 1 and the next term is obtained by adding the previous two terms. Boys and girls, let us try this question together. Let us complete the number sequence below by using the rule in Fibonacci numbers. Our next term is obtained by adding the previous two terms. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. Well done! Boys and girls, let us try these questions together. State the rules or patterns for the following sequence. Are you ready to check your answers? For this question, the pattern is to add 7 to the previous number. Now, let us look at our second question. For this question, the pattern or rule is to divide the previous number by 2. Now, let us look at the definition of sequence. Sequence is a set of numbers or objects arranged according to a certain pattern or rule. Boys and girls, let us work on these questions together. Please complete the number sequence. For question 1, our numbers are increasing. Let us look at this part. Negative 4.1, negative 2.1. How do you get that? Yes, our pattern is to add 2 to the previous number. So, our answers are negative 6.1 and negative 0.1. For our second question, the numbers are decreasing. How do you get from 34 to 28? Yes, our pattern is to minus 6 from the previous number. So, our answers are 22, 10 and 4. For our third question, the numbers are increasing and our pattern is to multiply the previous number with 12. So, our answers are 345.6 and 4147.2. Boys and girls, now we are going to describe the pattern of a sequence using numbers, words and algebraic expressions. Look at example 1. Let us now look at the solution. This is using numbers. Therefore, the pattern or rule is to plus 8. Boys and girls, this is the solution for the question using words. Therefore, the pattern for the above sequence is to add 8 to the previous number. Can you recall what an algebraic expression is? Yes, algebraic expression is an expression which has a combination of basic mathematical operations of numbers, variables, or other mathematical entities. For example, 2ab plus 3c, 2x plus y, 3b minus 1. Finally, let's represent the sequence of numbers using an algebraic expression. Boys and girls, let's go through the following solution. 1 is our first number term. 9 is the second term. 17 is the third term and so forth. Plus 8 is the pattern. So, we will write it like this. To get 1 as the first term and using plus 8 as the pattern, you will get 1 plus 8 multiplied with 0 is equal to 1. To get 9 as the second term and using plus 8 as the pattern, you will get 1 plus 8 multiplied with 1 is equal to 9. How do you get the third term, which is 17? That's right. You will get 1 plus 8 multiplied with 2 is equal to 17. How about the fourth and the fifth term? You're absolutely correct. Can you see the common pattern in finding the term? What is the only difference? Yes, correct. The difference is the number in the bracket, which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you generalize this pattern algebraically? Yes, you are smart. The algebraic expression representing this sequence is 1 plus 8n, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boys and girls, Let us try one more question together. Now, we are going to describe the pattern of a sequence using numbers, words, and algebraic expressions. Boys and girls, you notice that the numbers are decreasing. Yes, by using numbers, the pattern is -5. How about the pattern using words? The pattern for this sequence is to subtract 5 from the previous number. Finally, let us look at a solution using algebraic expressions. Boys and girls, let's do this step by step. 9 is our first term. -5 is our pattern. The rule is to -5 from the previous term. So, we will write it down like this. We write down 9 first, -5, which is our pattern. Now, let us look at this. 9 minus 5 multiplied with 0 is equal to 9. 9 minus 5 multiplied with 1 is equal to 4. 9 minus 5 multiplied with 2 is equal to -1. Therefore, the pattern for the number sequence is 9 minus 5n, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, we are going to learn how to determine specific terms of a sequence. The nth term in a number sequence, n is written as Tn, whereby t is the term and n is the position of the term. For example, from the sequence above, the first term is 5. The second term is 10. The third term is 15. Let us try these questions together. Please find the 6th term and the 10th term of the following number sequences. As for this question, our numbers are increasing from 3, 6, 12, 24 and so forth. Yes, for this question, our pattern is multiply the previous number by 2. So, as you keep multiplying, can you get the answer for the 6th term and 10th term? The 6th term is 96. The 10th term is 1536. Now, let us look at our second question. Our numbers are decreasing from 32 to 25. Yes, the pattern is to subtract 7 from the previous number. So, let us subtract 7 from the previous number. The 6th term is -3. The 10th term is -31. What if we need to find the bigger term? Do we need to keep on calculating based on the pattern to get the answers? Yes, you are correct. We will use the formula we created by finding the pattern algebraically. Now, let us solve problems involving sequences. Can you please answer this question? The table shows part of the arrival time for the LRT at station M. The train frequency from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is the same. Question A. State the time interval between the arrival times of train C and train D. Boys and girls, when we refer to our table, train A arrives at 6:03 a.m., train B arrives at 6:07 a.m. and train C arrives at 6:11 a.m. Yes, the time interval is 4 minutes. Now, let us look at question B. At what time does train E arrive at station M? For train D, the arrival time is 6:11 a.m. plus 4 minutes, which is 6:15 a.m. So for train E, the arrival time is 6:15 a.m. plus 4 minutes, which is equal to 6:19 a.m. Yes, 6:19 a.m. Did you get the same answer? Well done! Now, let us try question C. Calculate the number of trains passing through station M from 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Boys and girls, let us list down the timing. Please take note that for every 4 minutes, there will be a train coming in. Therefore, the arrival time of the trains are 6:03 a.m., 6:07 a.m., 6:11 a.m., 6:15 a.m., 6:19 a.m., 6:23 a.m. and 6:27 a.m. Hence, the number of trains is 7. Boys and girls, let us try another problem-solving question. Alex went to the hospital to see Dr. Shraddha as he had cough and flu for more than 3 days. The doctor prescribed him 3 types of medicines, namely cough medicine, antibiotics and flu medicine. Help Alex to plot a timetable for taking his medication. If he starts at 8:10 a.m., can you please complete the table below? Are you ready to check your answers? Boys and girls, please take note of this. Dr. Shraddha's prescription was cough medication, 1 tablet 3 times a day. Antibiotics, 1 tablet twice a day. Flu medication, 1 tablet once a day. So, first round of taking medication is at 8:10 a.m. Alex is going to take the cough medication, antibiotics and flu medication. The cough medication must be taken 3 times a day. So, 24 hours divided by 3 is 8 hours. So, Alex must take his medications 8 hourly. 8:10 a.m. plus 8 hours is equal to 4:10 p.m. 4:10 p.m. plus 8 hours is equal to 12:10 a.m. Did you get the same answer? Well done! Boys and girls, the next medication that Alex needs to take is his antibiotics. As stated in Dr. Shraddha's prescription, antibiotics 1 tablet 2 times a day. 24 hours divided by 2 is equal to 12 hours. So, 8:10 a.m. plus 12 hours. The next time he has to take his antibiotics would be at 8:10 p.m. Boys and girls, when you're not feeling well, please make sure to pay the doctor a visit and take your medication based on your doctor's prescription. The greatest wealth is health. Now, let us solve our final question for today. Can you please answer these questions? The table shows the trip of 5 buses from Johor to Kedah. Based on the table, answer the following questions. Are you ready to check your answers? Calculate the time interval between the 2 buses. Boys and girls, let us refer to our table. Bus P's departure time is 8 a.m. Bus Q's departure time is 8:45 a.m. Bus R's departure time is 9:30 a.m. So, our time interval is 45 minutes. Now, let us look at question B. At what time will bus T depart? Boys and girls, 9:30 a.m. plus 45 minutes plus 45 minutes. So, bus T will depart at 11 a.m. Boys and girls, let us now look at question C. At what time will bus T arrive Kedah if the journey takes 9 hours? So 11 a.m. plus 9 hours is 8 p.m. Well, boys and girls, it looks like we have come to the end of our lesson for today. You are now able to make generalization about the pattern of a sequence using numbers, words, and algebraic expressions. Determine specific terms of a sequence. Solve problems involving sequences. Boys and girls, practice makes perfect. Keep on doing mathematics questions from your Form 2 mathematics textbook. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Goodbye.